In this demonstration, I'll show you how to create several different types of EDTs and add them to your project. So we're going to start with just right-clicking on our DB Fleet Management project. We're going to click Add, and we're going to say New Item, and we'll go ahead and click on Data Types over here on the left under Dynamics 365 Items, and here we have all of the different types of EDTs that we can add. So we have container, date, enum, and so on. So for this first one here, we're going to do an EDT string, and we basically want the user to input the vehicle VIN number. So we're just going to call this DB VIN, and I'll click Add. So as you can see here, we now have an EDT strings folder that's created, and DB VIN opens up for us. So over on the right-hand side, we can specify the string size. So as I said earlier, the string size will automatically default to 10, but maybe VIN numbers are, say up to 25 characters long. We can change that string size to be as long as we need. Next, we'll go ahead and set the property label. So I'll just go ahead and scroll up to label, and I'll just go ahead and type in vehicle. Actually, I'm going to type in vehicle identification number. All right, and now we've added a string. So let's add a couple more. We're going to add an integer. So I'm going to go ahead and collapse my EDT strings folder. I'll right click, and I'm going to click Add, New Item, and I'm going to go ahead and select EDT integer. And for this one, let's say maybe we want the vehicle year. So we'll go ahead and call this DB year and click Add. And that now opens. You'll notice that we have a few nodes here that will automatically be created when you create an EDT. So here we can see the array elements. We can also see table relations and references. So if this is used or related to a table, we can drop this down and view that, as well as any table references. So I'm going to click the DB year node here, and I can go over to the right-hand side, and I can specify, for instance, the label. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll up here, and we'll enter in a label, vehicle year. You'll also notice we have a lot of different properties for this integer. So if we scroll down, we can say, do we want to allow for negative numbers? We can also specify the help text. If we scroll down more, we can specify if this DB year EDT is going to extend another EDT. So we can specify the extends value here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and create one more, and I'm going to create a real EDT. So I'm going to collapse this EDT integer, and I'm going to right click. We'll go to Add, New Item, and I'm going to add a real. And for this one, we're going to go ahead and say the fuel capacity, since we can have different types of, we can have like 76.1. So we're going to type in DB fuel capacity and click Add. Then that's added over here. I can go over to the right-hand side. I'll go ahead and give this a label. And then I can scroll down and I can specify the behavior, allow negative. We can specify the extends. If I scroll up, I can specify things like the alignment, the button image that may display here as well. And then once we're done, we can go ahead and do a save all. And I'm going to go ahead and right click and build my project. Now that my build is successfully completed without any errors, I want to add a couple more properties to some of my EDTs that I've created. And the first one I want to do is I want to extend and use the properties from another EDT in my DB year EDT. So I'll go back to my integers here, and I have my DB year. I just want to make sure it's open in the designer, and I can scroll down, and we're going to go to this data section, and we're going to select extends. And we are going to select the EDT called year, and I just typed in year here to search for this. And as you can see, there's a lot. And we're going to specify year. And so basically what this is doing is we are inheriting the properties from the EDT called year. And if we wanted to, we could open this up from the AOT. If we just did a search, we can do type and then colon, and we can filter by type. So we can say we're looking for And in quotes, we're going to say I'm looking for an extended data type. And after the quotes, I'm going to type in year, saying that I'm looking for an EDT. So it's only searching EDTs, and as you can see, we have a lot of EDTs with the word year in them. Notice everything has the word year, but here's the one that we just extended. If we look at that, we can take a look at the different properties. So we can see here that this year extends the integer EDT. We can also see different things like the allow negative, the button arrow, we can see the direction, and so on. So what we did when we specified the extends property is we're taking all the properties from the year EDT. And then again, I'll just go ahead and save this, and we can go ahead and build.